Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Frater Atrius Horace with Lance and Grail Priory, broadcasting from the Hermetic Hermitage nestled in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains. Welcome one and welcome all. I'm glad to have you here. I've picked up a few new subscribers since I started recording again, and I just want to let you all know I appreciate you. I appreciate all of my viewers, whether you are a subscriber or not, first time viewer or long time viewer. When I started this little endeavor over a year ago, I never imagined I'd have more than a couple of people who are interested in watching me unbox and rant about occult books. So I'm very happy to have you here. I just want to reiterate that what I do is in service to the community. I want to share these books, ideas, and opinions with anybody that cares to take the time to watch and listen to me. I just hope I can impart a little wisdom and a little excitement to all the bibliophiles out there like myself. Anathema Publishing just recently started their own YouTube channel called Bibliosophia, for the love of wisdom and the written word. I wish I would have thought of that when I started my channel, as it perfectly sums up what this channel is about. But I digress. This is going to be the first part of a two-part episode. These next two episodes are going to delve into the occulture journal, the Fenris Wolf. What is the Fenris Wolf? It is a research journal focused on the human mind, developments in comparative magico-anthropology, and on the occultural implications and applications of these fields of study. These volumes contain material by Genesis Breyer Peorage, Frater Akkad, Timothy O'Neill, Philip Farber, Kendall Gears, Sasha Chatow, Derek Seagrief, Vera Nokovich, Alexander Nim, Vanessa Sinclair, Stephen Sennett, Anthony Heckwitt, Patrick Lundborg, Henrik Dahl, Angela Edwards, Jason Louv, Casper Ostrup, Peter Gray, Sandy Robertson, Adam Rockstoker, Emery Cranston, Manon Hedenborg White, Sarah George, and Carl Abrahamsson, among others. On topics as diverse as Aleister Crowley, Rudolf Steiner, Anton LaVey, Sar Peladon, Frederick Kampf, Marcel Duchamp, Robert Heinlein, William S. Burroughs, Brian Geisen, William Reich, Thelema, Satanism, Symbolism, Psychoanalysis, Dada, Apocalyptic Witchcraft, Psychedelic Philosophy, Visionary Book Covers, Cannabis, Artificial Human Companions, Sacred Prostitution, German Expressionist Cinema, Slam Poetry, Independent Universities, Extraterrestrial Influences, Astrology, Sexual Magic, Science Fiction, and if you can believe it, more. But you may be asking, what is a culture? According to the Urban Dictionary, a culture is a blend of occult and culture, coined by Professor Christopher Partridge. It is a subculture within Western modern culture, or the appropriation of a subculture by occult themes in opposition to the dominant culture. A culture influenced by modern and postmodern literature and art, originating from the occult sciences, as understood by pre-Christian and subsequent unorthodox interpretations of the Gospels, esoteric writings, and Eastern sources. It can also refer to an area of music, writing, visual art, and para-religious practices stemming from the occult, heavily influenced by occultists such as Aleister Crowley, Gerald Gardner, Dion Fortune, Anton LaVey, Robert Anton Wilson, Austin Osman Spare, and Brian Geisen. Carl Abrahamsson, the editor of Fenris Wolf, says on his blog, when my music fanzines, Lollipop, and Acts of Interstellar Torture had fizzled out by 1988, I could experience acute withdrawal symptoms. I was at this time very interested in both journalism and publishing, both already essential elements of my core identity. So what to do? Start a new fanzine, of course. Sometime in 1989, the first issue of the Fenris Wolf manifested itself. By this time, I was also very active in the Temple of Psychic Youth, One of the central tenets of this fine network / a cultural think tank was the active dissemination of information, whether it be high or low, occult or pop. All of these things merged into the desire to start a new and specifically a cultural fanzine, the Fenris Wolf. The 10 issues so far amount to over 2,700 pages of thought-provoking material. Although quantity is not necessarily a quality in itself, it still accumulates nicely in a kind of egregorian or megalogolemic way. Each little piece is part of a totality on its own magical mission. And this is how it will continue, with a new issue whenever the time is right. The howling voice of a culture and magico-anthropology will continue to cast its spells of delightment onto a readership in need of an intelligent joining of the dark dots. You don't need to read it all to be enthused or inspired. One single chapter can invoke the entire corpus and attitude of the Fenris Wolf. If, however, you indulge in the totality, you will very likely be changed in the most eclectically positive way. The Fenris Wolf is not necessarily the destructive devourer of the sun at Ragnarok. Wolfie is also the facilitator of a brand new universe, one filled to the brim with wonder, intelligence, magic, and enlightenment. So, without further ado, let's get to unboxing. Since this is a 10-volume set of journals here, I'm going to do the first 5 in this episode, and we will cover the last 5 in next week's episode. Let's say I'd had my eye on these for a little bit, but at the time, also say that they did come out in both hardback and paperback editions, and I just have the paperback editions. But at the time I was looking to collect a set, they were scattered amongst, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 different places that were selling copies. So it's been on my radar for a little while, and then one day, Anathema Publishing put out a little collection of some used books they had in for sale, and lo and behold, they had 9 of the 10 issues of Fenris Wolf in a collection. They had 1 through 10 except for issue number 9, and the only thing they had to say about that is, why is there no issue number 9? Because it hasn't come out yet, which I found odd because issue 10 was published in, I believe, 2020. So I got to looking around, and sure enough, the only place I could find that had a copy of number 9, it was just one place. I found one copy online of number 9, and it was a hardback copy. And I didn't want to buy that hardback copy when I was already planning on getting paperback. I didn't want to get the hardback copy of number 9 when I was already going to get the other 9 issues in paperback. So I went ahead and ordered the set from Anathema because they only had one and I'd been looking for it. And then lo and behold, literally about 2 weeks later, the paperback issue of number 9 came out on Amazon. So of course I snapped it up, and lucky for me, I now have an entire set of the 10 issues of Fenris Wolf in paperback. So let's take a look here. Looks like I'm going to have to get them all out. And I don't know what order they're in the packaging here, so bear with me. And of course, Mocha the box cat has to get right in the box. Alright, perfect. Bear with me here just a second. I'm getting everything unwrapped and sorted out. Awesome. These are available in paperbacks. I believe you can get most of them on Amazon if you're interested. When I was looking to acquire my set, I don't believe Amazon had all 9 of them together, so I was going to have to purchase from multiple sources, some people charge sales tax, some don't, multiple shipping. You know, I think these days shipping is freaking outrageous because of the economy. But they're available. They're out there if you'd like to get copies. I'm going to show them off, and if you're interested, definitely pick up a set. I think it's going to be a valuable addition to the library. Well, first of all, I have this beautiful bookmark. Anathema stuck in the box here, so that's pretty cool. It's gonna go with my books here, so here we go. The first one is actually the first 3 issues in one volume. If you want to go and read on Carl's web blog, he explains that because the first 2 issues were basically fanzines that he put out, and then starting with issue 3, he was able to collect enough material to publish them in book form. Oh, just got some bit corner here. Let me straighten that out. So the first volume is the first 3 issues. Read from the back here. The Fenris Wolf is a research journal focused on the human mind, developments in comparative magico-anthropology, and on the cultural implications and applications of these fields of study. This volume, which is an anthology of the first 3 issues, originally published 1989 to 1993, contains material by Anton LaVey, Genesis Breyer Peorage, William Burroughs, Austin Osman Spare, Hymenius Beta, Ken Kadosh, Freya Aswin, Rodney Orphus, O.N.A., William Heydrich. Wow, there's some big names in this issue so far. Terrence Sellers, some Polish guy I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. Carl Michael von Hauswolf and Leif Elgren. Lionel Snell, a.k.a. Ramsey Dukes. Stein Jarving, John Alexander, Tim O'Neill, Peter Gilmore, Foss, Frater Nigris, Jack Stevenson, Toby U.S., Nemo, Philip Marsh, Beatrice Eggers, Andrew McKenzie, Fetish 23, and Carl Abrahamsson on topics as diverse as dreams, Christian right-wing conspiracies, religious aspects of performance art, Aleister Crowley's roots and his philosophy of Thelema, the Temple of Psychic Youth, James Manfield, Kenneth Anger, Harry Smith, Satanism, Pythagoras, Plato, the Hellenes, demonic aspects of cinema, the Ordo Templi Orientis, psychedelics as agents of creativity, acid house as a liberating subculture, the inauguration of the kingdom of Elegaland, Vorgland, the technology of consciousness, pornography, the esotericism of the left-hand path, northern magic, and much more. Wow. And that's just in the first 3 volumes. That is incredible. That is just amazing. These do also come in hardback editions. I do believe they're limited. I don't know if they are signed and numbered, but here we go. You can get a. Hope you can get a clear view of the table of contents here. Well, my camera's not the best, but it's what I've got to work with, so bear with me. I'm just gonna look through here and call out what sticks out to me. Let's see. I don't like having a lot of dead air here, but wow. This looks like some really interesting stuff. Can't believe how many different. Oh, he's got the Anathema of Zeus by AOS. Thelemic Morality by Rodney Orpheus. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, nice, and it's rather small print or small font size, so you definitely get more text on a page. It's amazing and how many different contributors he got for this magazine, or journal if you want to call it that. It's not really a magazine. And again, this is the first 3 issues. We got some pictures, photographs. Nothing in color so far. I don't know if any of the paperbacks are in color. I think the hardbacks had some color. There are some of the hardbacks available. Last time I looked, I wasn't able to find a complete set of all 10 volumes of the hardbacks, and they are rather expensive, as you can imagine. But the paperbacks themselves, I think they go for around $25-30 a piece on Amazon. And I'm pretty sure you can get most, if not the complete set of all 10 on Amazon. Well, there's actually only 7 because the first one contains the first 3 volume issues, so there's actually 7 physical books. But there is a Fenris Wolf volumes 1 through 3, issues 1 through 3. Wow, these are gorgeous. Gorgeous. So happy. Thanks to Anathema Publishing, I am so glad I ran across these. They I snapped it up as soon as the email went out saying that they had this complete set available, because I knew they weren't going to last long. And we have Fenris Wolf issue number 4. This issue contains material by Peter H. Gilmore, Peter Gray, John Duncan, Ramsey Dukes, Tim O'Neill, Thomas Carlson, David Beth. Wow. Hiram Corso, Jean-Pierre Termel, Kendall Gears, ZF, Robert Taylor, Phil Farber, Thomas Bay, William Bailey, Ernst Junger, Baba Rampuri, Aki Cederberg, and Carl Abrahamsson on topics as diverse as Thelema, Kenneth Anger, Satanism, democracy, the astral technology of Civilization X, the blood mysteries of the Blut literature, the Process Church of Final Judgment, an interview with Timothy Wiley, the powers of the profane language and cursing, the Kabbalistic cause, the pantheon of Genesis Briar Peorage, the magical uses of the dream machine, the esoteric order Dragon Rogue, Terence McKenna, psychedelics, LSD, psilocybin, Indian spirituality, Naga Babas, magical pilgrimages, a unique series of evocative ink images by Swedish artist Fredrik Soderberg, and much more. Wow. I can get a shot of that there. This one's not quite as big as the other one. But man, they just like really pack in the information. Hopefully you can get a good shot of that. That's cool. Nice. Quite a few of these line drawings here at the beginning. Fascinating. Quite a few. These are some sort of tarot cards. Every man and every woman is a star. Peter H. Gilmore. If you don't know who Peter H. Gilmore is, he is the current high priest of the original Church of Satan, as started by Anton LaVey. Barbarians at the Gates by Peter Gray, who runs Scarlet Imprint Publishing and has written quite a few books published under Scarlet Imprint. Democracy is Dying of AIDS by Ramsey Dukes. I love Ramsey Dukes. Thomas Carlson, if you may know him from his very popular book, what is it, Goetia, Kabbalah, and the Qliphoth? Something like that. I have a copy of that coming up in a future episode. Actually, a couple of copies of that coming up in a future episode, but stay tuned for that. Still waiting on one of them, but I'm assured that it is on its way. Wow, these are just amazing little books. Yeah, if you'll go back to the intro there when I was reading from Carl's blog, where he said you don't need to read it all to be enthused or inspired. One single chapter can invoke the entire corpus and attitude of the Fenris Wolf. If, however, you indulge in the totality, you will very likely be changed in the most eclectically positive way. I believe it. These are just flipping through them. They are just fascinating. Just the breadth. Thelema and Politics by Carl Abrahamsson. Just the breadth of authors and topics that he's managed to put together in these, so far, just the first 4 issues. That is amazing. That is amazing. Wow, and we've got 10 of these to go through. Here we are with issue number 5. This volume, the 5th, contains material by Jason Louv, Patrick Ludenborg, Gary Lockman, Timothy O'Neill, Dianis Del Bosco Sacro, David Griffin, Philip Farber, Aki Cederberg, Renata, another Polish name I'm not going to try to butcher, Genesis Breyer Peorage, Ezra Pound, Gary Dickinson, Robert Pergoski, Stephen Ellis, Mel Lyman, Hiram Corso, Frater Nagasiva, Peter Gray, Vera Mladenowska, Nikolic, Kevin Slaughter, Lionel Snell, Phanes Apollonius, Lana Craig, and Carl Abrahamsson on topics as diverse as the psychedelic William Shakespeare, secret societies, Rosicrucians, Illuminati, neurological interpretations of magic, the esoteric gardens of Quinta del Regaleria in Portugal, Italian witchcraft, Pierre Molinaire, Derek Jarman, the Yi King, geomancy, the logic of evil and vice versa, Remy de Gaumont, Aleister Crowley, Libral Villegas, Macedonian vampires, Satanism, Goethe's Faust, and the creation of Megagolem within the context of developing a contemporary yet timeless terminology of magic. These are crazy. These are absolutely insane. Get a good shot of the table of contents there, I hope. A quick hounded by the dogs of reason. A quick flip through here, looking for any, oh wow, Knights of the Rose Craw right there, the Pelican and the Eagle. What chapter is this? It's got to be the War of the Owl and the Pelican. It's got to be something about Rosicrucianism. The Rape of Persephone. Ceres, Demeter, keeping an eye on the mysteries. Wow, these are just amazing volumes. You know, hey, you don't have to even pick up a complete set, you know? I mean, if you see something in one of these tables of contents that strike your interest, feel free to just go pick up a volume or 2 or 3 that interest you. Got the trigrams here. An 18th century Islamic talisman showing the 16 geometric figures correlated with various parts of the body. Ah, geomancy. Yeah, you know, just get them while they're available. When I'm just going through the first half of these, I can definitely say I am very impressed. Very happy to have a complete set. He gets so many different authors. It just blows my mind. So many different subjects. And I'll just put everything back out here on display. And we have the bookmark. The first 5 volumes of the Fenris Wolf by Carl Abrahamsson. Very impressed. Very, very impressed. Can't wait to delve into the next 5 volumes, but we're going to have to save that till next week. So, hope to see you back, and if you're interested, definitely show up next Friday. These videos are back on schedule, being posted on Fridays at noon Central Time. Feel free to subscribe if you want to get a reminder in your feed so you don't miss out. And otherwise, hope that tied you over to next week. And I'll be back with the next 5 issues. Until then, love is the law, love under will.